Football?
Signing day, huh?
Tuesday?
Tuesday.
I'm hyped.
Welcome to
I'm
the
hyped
team.
for Tuesday. Yeah, I'm hyped for Tuesday.
I mean, we're about to have the best walkout music of anybody, right? Certainly in
I
the
mean,
ACC.
we have to be having concerts in our locker room after.
Have to be. I mean, music videos shot on the sideline, dude. It's big development. Yeah, quite the first announcement there.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a little recruit roundup. We're gonna do a little recruit roundup, and we're gonna talk about some of the coaching moves and talk about where we're at with football. So join us, like and subscribe, everybody. Like and subscribe.
You're watching Domed in Cuse, the quick hit podcast for real Orange fans. If you love Cuse sports, hit like and subscribe.
Just to go ahead and get us started here, I think we should talk about the moves that were made at Syracuse.
A lot of changes. You want to start? Where do you want to start, dude? You want to start with the most recent one? I think probably the biggest one. You want to start with E-Rob?
No, I think we should start with the guys who won't be here next year.
Okay.
Ricky Brumfeld, the special teams coach, will not be here next year. I think we both thought Brumfeld did a great job this year, so him not coming back is interesting. Joe Schaefer, Dale Williams, and Robert Wright will also not be retained. That's okay to me. And then finally, Elijah Robinson will transition to a new role as co-defensive coordinator and defensive line coach. So those are the big staff changes. Where do you want? I'll let you run with this where you feel like you want to.
All of the other assistants besides Coach Brumfield, absolutely fine with. I thought they pretty much led just not great units, like offensive line coach, linebackers coach. Fine.
And Schaefer was defensive backs coach.
Right. Like, not less of an opinion on that. Our DBs have been good, but I know Fran obviously just has a lot of thoughts on the DBs, so there just may be alignment issues there.
Also, we don't know who he's bringing in at these different position coaches that might impact transfers as well. So if he's firing somebody or not retaining somebody to go get somebody else that's going to help bring in transfers, that's the kind of stuff we don't know yet. And so if that's his plan, I think it's a smart plan to strategically, replace certain guys, especially if they're going to help bring guys over from other programs that you view as key to your future success.
Totally.
So on most of those guys, I think we're aligned. We're fine with that.
Yeah. Coach
Brumfeld is the one.
Yeah. It was weird. I'll just leave it at that.
Weird, because I thought he did a great job this year. I thought our special teams was so much more improved. And, especially early in the season when we really needed it, when we were in these games. But then obviously things went south for us. And I don't know that it was special teams' fault.
I don't really think so either. It was a huge improvement year over year. I'd say special teams was the one average unit that we had this year, right? Like throughout the season.
Again, I know Barry was an all ACC player.
Right. Our kicking game was good, punting and kicking. I don't know. It's one of those. I don't know enough information about this to have a real point of view on it. I wouldn't have fired him, in my opinion. But again, I don't know. I don't know enough about this to have like an educated point of view on it.
Well, we'll see what happens, right? Because I think a big piece with this, and this will kind of lead us into Elijah Robinson as well, is like, what's the next move, right? Because if we're getting rid of Brumfeld to do something else, and we happen to think that guy, that's the new special teams guy, is really, really great, and there's some guy out there that Fran really thinks is top notch, and that's the reason that he's not been retained, then I totally get it. Same thing with E-Rob. E-Rob is now co-defensive coordinator, which does feel a bit like a demotion.
Definitely.
And he's going to be a defensive line coach, which is kind of where he was at Texas A&M. I don't personally have a problem with this move. But again, I would like to wait and see until we know who the other co-defensive coordinator is. I would like to know who's going to be calling the plays on defense. And I would like to know, like, how much is that going to impact our scheme? How much is it going to impact guys we recruit, right? And if it's just a co-defensive coordinator, but Robinson's still calling the plays, then it's not really an announcement.
Yeah, I believe Fran was pretty in his presser today. I think he was pretty explicit that E-Rob's role will not include calling plays.
We'll see. Again, like we'll see.
We will see. We'll see. But I think he was pretty clear. I think he's stripping that away. And so we'll see. I think it's the right move. It's an overdue move, in my opinion. It needed to happen a while ago, to be honest. I think if he's keeping him on staff and performing in a high-level defensive line coach, recruiter, associate head coach role, perfect. But like you said, I'm done with him calling plays. Like, if that happens, it's brought up again at all next year, I'm out. Like, no.
Also, though, like, we've talked about it, some of the alignment stuff where, like, they have 3 wide receivers and we have 2 defensive backs and they throw a screen. And then they do the same thing the next play. That kind of stuff just can't happen. And so, again, who do we bring in? How much of a role do they have? Right? And how much influence are they truly going to have is going to be very important for me to judge these decisions. So it's kind of like we're working with a half-baked cake here. So I don't want to dive too deep into this guy versus that guy.
Yeah, it's exactly. Like, same thoughts there. But I think interesting development. The staff changes, I think, somewhat expected, right? We knew we were going to get some major staff changes. He did say he was keeping both coordinators, so this was a bit of a kind of an update, right, to that announcement from a few days ago.
Okay, so let's move on to recruiting. Let's do a little recruit roundup here. I think people have been starving for this from us. Personally, I don't and will not be diving deep into kids until everything is set and we know who's coming, because look at what happened today with Calvin Russell, where at the last minute we've had no news that he wasn't going to commit, and at the last minute he doesn't sign, he doesn't flip, so we don't know still if he's coming to Syracuse. I guess he'll decide by Friday, but I personally will not be watching high school tape to give you insight on guys we may or may not get. And we'll save that for the springtime when guys are already there and we can go back, look at a little bit of the high school tape, watch some of the spring game and understand where these guys are and who they are. Because before that, it's really not worth our time with the way the landscape of college football recruiting is, where these kids can flip at any time and they flip seemingly just all the time, right? Like you saw it all over the place today, not just Syracuse, guys flipping last minute from like West Virginia to Utah or some shit. Like, no rhyme or reason for it. So we don't know a ton about these kids. We'll go through the list of them and we'll tell you kind of where their ESPN rating is and what the class kind of looks like in terms of where the total class is. We have 24 guys who signed. So that's a pretty good class. It's a meaty class. Obviously, Calvin Russell is a 4 or 5 star, depending on where you look. He was the big recruit in the class, and we don't know. So we'll touch base more on that as we go forward. The other big piece of this class, though, that I don't know we give enough credit to is Cameron Wilson, who is a defensive end. He's 6'5", 210 according to ESPN. He's a 4-star, 81 grade from Miami. I mean, awesome. This is the kind of kid we were never touching before, Fran.
No, not at all. I mean, he's going to have a chance to play right away if we can put the weight on him to get him on the field. Like he may have all the snaps he can handle right away next season.
He's got to get to 230 at least to play, though.
Yeah, we got to put 20 pounds on him right away.
At least. Tadarius Hughes. So Tadarius Hughes comes from Miami Northwestern, the same program as Calvin Russell and Darius Johnson.
Yes. He held his commitment today, though, which was nice.
Yep. He's a safety. He is 6'4", 180, so he's big safety. I like that. I like a big safety.
It's a Devin Grant build.
Yeah. Again, 4-star, 80 grade. Again, if he's going to play next year, another kid who probably needs to put on some weight. If these, obviously these weight things are from ESPN, they could be inaccurate. I don't know.
I have no idea when these weights were taken,
I apologize to any of these kids if I mispronounce their names because I don't know. Amari Go, He's a wide receiver. He's from Virginia. He's another 4-star, 6'1", 175, 80 grade on ESPN. Again, a wide receiver, so that's good. We're loaded at wide receiver. I think Daryl Gill said he's coming back. That's huge for the program. Daryl Gill coming back. Like, Daryl Gill, in my opinion, is going to be one of the best wide receivers next year, especially if Angeli is healthy and throwing the ball well. Like, he has the chance to be one of the top wide receivers in the country next year. That's big for us. Javion Cooper from Florida Central Catholic High School, 6'4", 295. He plays guard, 4-star, 80. Again, that's awesome. Continuing with the beef, J-Rod, Jarius Rogers, 52, defensive end, 6'5", 220 from Orange Park, Florida. He's a 4-star, 80 grade. As we move down here, we've got Chase Jeter. He's a cornerback from Virginia, 6'1", 185, 79, 3-star grade. So right there, though, on the 3-4-star. Corday Houston, defensive tackle from Dallas, 6'2", 260. Again, 3-star, 78. Walt Frazier, another defensive tackle from
Clyde.
Yeah, Clyde. Walt Clyde, baby, my guy. Walt Clyde, the GOAT. Haverford, Pennsylvania, from the Haverford School, big program. Again, this is us dipping our toes into Penn State. Sup, Penn State? You don't even have a coach.
That was going to be the one thing I would call out. We are the 7 or 8 recruits. I don't think there's been a single Jersey or New York guy mentioned. It's all been Florida, Virginia, and Pennsylvania. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, one Texas kid.
One Texas.
This is reach. This is reach, man.
It's the Fran Brown effect.
Yeah, fuck Penn State. They don't even have a coach. Who wants to go there?
Apparently nobody.
Maurice Medley Jr. Maurice Medley Jr., inside linebacker from Baltimore, St. Francis Academy, a big program, 6'1", 210, 3-star, 78. So again, another kid from the DMV area. Like, let's go. Darnell Stokes, who's listed as an athlete, he's from Delaware, 6'1", 185, 3-star, 70. I don't know what position he's planning on playing. We have Merriweather, Zamondre Merriweather, who's a wide receiver from junior college. He's 6'2", 205, and he's another 3-star, 78. This is a big kid that apparently France, a lot of people were trying to flip. Alexander Haskell from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, St. Joseph's Prep. Again, another big program. So a lot of these are like kind of known high school programs that we're pulling kids from. Pretty awesome for us at Syracuse. This kid I've seen 3-4 stars, different places. And I know Fran was saying a lot of people are trying to pull him. He's another defensive tackle, 6'4", 260, 3-star grade, 77 on ESPN. But again, I've seen him higher in other places.
Yeah, this is another kid. I think he's much bigger than this already.
Right.
From what I've seen of him. He's a kid that we need, and we need him because he can probably play right now,
Again, any of these kids on the offensive or defensive line have the opportunity to come in and play. Yeah. And I think we saw that this year with Big Byron, who came in and halfway through the season, he was like a nailed-on starter.
I mean, if you looked at guys who were getting minutes or snaps on the defensive line by the end of the year, we had several freshmen playing a lot of snaps too. If you're big enough and you can put on the weight, you're going to have an opportunity to play.
Moving on to BJ Garrett, another wide receiver, 6'3", 195. I like the size, 6'3", 195. Yes. 3-star, 77. He's from Delaware again. So again, not even one kid from the New Jersey area even yet. Again, our reach is so much bigger than it has been. And that continues here with Zed Lott. He's a QB, a pocket passing QB. I think people are very, very excited about him. It seems like maybe we had some inside knowledge about who he is. I think Jeff Nixon knew his coach, right?
Yeah, there's a connection there. I believe, I think his high school coach was Will Greer's dad, who I believe Jeff Nixon coached with the Panthers. So there's some level of connection where we feel like we know this kid a bit better than any other recruit out there. Again, I'm going to take everything with a grain of salt at this point.
We don't know anything.
Bringing in a 3-star quarterback. I'm excited. I'm hopeful for the kid, but I mean,
we don't know anything. We don't know anything.
There's a lot of 3-star quarterbacks every year, right?
Yeah.
And It
But
just
again,
is what
prototypical size, 6'4", 220. You love that. 3-star, 77.
apparently got strong arm. That's what I've heard.
I love it. I hope that's the case. Cameron Hairston Taylor. He's an athlete from Roanoke, Virginia. 6 foot, 170, 3-star, 77 grade. JoJo White, offensive tackle from Camden, New Jersey. So here's a Camden connection.
There we go.
6'5", 265, big kid from Camden High School. So that has Fran Brown written all over it. I kind of have big hopes for JoJo.
I like Big JoJo from Camden.
Yeah. Gemius Saki, and I'm sure I pronounced that name wrong.
I don't have the names up in front of me. I would love to know the spelling of that. But
Gemuas Sakie. So I think I got Saki right.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Gemius?
Yeah, maybe. What's his position?
He is an inside linebacker from Burlington, New Jersey.
Okay.
6'1", 215. Again, big for a linebacker. Like to see that. 3-star grade, 76. Phoenix Enriquez. I hope this kid is sick. He's got
it's a great name. I saw it. Yeah.
Perfect name. He's a wide receiver from Delaware. 6'2", 191. Again, 3-star grade, 76. I really hope he's good because he's got the coolest name. Phoenix Enriquez. Braden Charney, offensive tackle, West Palm Beach, Florida, 6'6", 285. Love the size there, 3-star, 76. Shavane Anderson Jr., he's a running back from Philadelphia. He's 6 foot, 195, 76, 3-star grade. Jimmy Greggs, we're getting a kicker from Morgantown, West Virginia. Love to see that. Again, a 3-star, 75. Samaj Henry, Chester, PA, from Chester High School, 6'7", 330 offensive tackle. Pretty awesome. Carter Bashir, tight end, Y tight end, so more of the receiving type of tight end. 6'5", 250. Again, 3-star grade, 7.5. Who knows? He may become a linebacker. Ibn Muhammad, he's a safety from Camden, New Jersey. Another Fran Brown special written all over him. 5'11", 185. And then finally, Shea Barker, another kicker from Kennett Square, Pennsylvania. 6'1", 190, 3-star, 74.
Is one of those guys, I believe, is going to be a punter, if I'm not mistaken. I think it might be Greg's. I know one of them is a punter.
I think they both do both.
I think I saw we got a specialist of each one, but I could be wrong.
I think they both do both.
That's nice.
We'll see, because we'll see how this goes for us. So if we go ahead and we take a look at kind of where Syracuse is in the final college football recruiting rankings, I'm just looking it up. On 3, because I think On 3 is my more trustworthy one. I don't think this counts Calvin Russell.
No, it shouldn't.
And we are 29th in the country. So top 30 recruiting class. We out-recruited programs like Mississippi State, Indiana, Minnesota, Vandy, Arizona State, Utah, Maryland, Auburn, TCU, Arizona, and of course, Penn State, who Penn State came in at
139.
1 second. It's a long way down.
That's a page load. Maybe
a couple. I'm scooting through the pages. I'm trying to find them. Am I in the right year? Because I'm not seeing them. 2026. Yeah, I'm not seeing them. They're so far down. I'm not even seeing them on the list. This is crazy. Hold, please, while we find Penn State. Fuck Penn State. Ay. Maybe they should have hired Fran Brown. They're not even listed. They have 2 recruits.
Yeah,
they're delisted.
Yeah.
When you trade stocks and a stock gets delisted, it's not for a good reason.
I think there's been chatter. They're talking about this maybe being the worst recruiting collapse in recent memory. I mean, the amount they have nothing. They got the Falzone kid to commit, but I think he's going to be a tight end. Like, I don't even know if he's a quarterback.
Peyton Falzone and Jackson Ford are their 2 recruits. Oh my goodness.
It's wild, dude. And one thing I just to call out, though, I think you've hit on it. it's a full class. I mean, you take 24, potentially up to 25 kids, right? You've got 85 roster spots, right? So you can't take 25 every year, right? Because or you can, but it means other dudes are going out the door, right? And I think there will be some guys. I think Franz called it out. There will be a lot of guys who are out of the program. There'll be dudes who graduate, but we're already over our roster limit. I think there's going to be a lot of dudes who exit here over the next few weeks.
100%, there are going to be dudes who exit.
Just is what it is.
And it's a natural cycle now in college football. You can't get upset with it. It's like why I'm talking about, like, yeah, I'm hyped that Daryl Gill said he's staying, but Trevor Pena said he was staying.
Yeah,
So,
right. We're not through the spring transfer window, right?
And you just don't know. Like, you just don't know who's going to end up transferring. You don't know who you're even going to get in the portal. So, again, this is one of the reasons I think when it comes to Fran Brown at like a larger tail, we need to be patient because his strength is recruiting, right? His strength is recruiting and bringing guys in, and this is where his strength lies, right?
Yeah,
and we need to give him time to bring these kids in and get them matured because his first class is just going to start being juniors next year. And that's his first class.
Totally. And you could debate even too whether you count that full first class, right? Because he was hired in late November, right?
Yeah.
So like hired after the season. So not even a full recruiting cycle.
He had a week.
Right. He had a couple of weeks to get some stuff together. We need some time for this roster to develop. I co-sign that 100%. Now, can't look like last year, right? But I don't think we're going to. I really don't. I think we're going to be much improved. We're going to get healthy at quarterback. And hopefully we see this talent upgrade start to take shape because it's a good class, dude. It's top 30 class. I don't know. We can look it up. It has been a long time since we've been in this range.
I mean, top 50. When was the last time we were top 50 class? I have no idea.
It didn't happen under
before
Dino.
Fran Brown. I have no idea. When
he may have been a high 40s once. You know
when? I don't remember that.
Yeah, but it was early.
Maybe Donovan McNabb.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my other thing is, like, you know, some of the guys that have been highly touted that Fran has been very excited about and gotten very excited about coming into the program. I'm just going to run through a few names. Yazin Willis, his first recruiting class. I mean, that was a home run. That kid is a home run of a running back. Big Byron, home run of a kid, right?
Demetrius. And there's still obviously a whole number of kids, but I mean, I think even a lot of the receivers that we've brought in,
they look like all great. Yep.
Got a lot of dudes. It's a lot of dudes.
I mean, Malachi James, if he could stay healthy, that kid's going to be a difference maker. I'm telling you, that kid's a difference maker.
Delorier, you know?
Delorier. Like Demetrius Samuel.
Right, exactly.
These are kids that he's brought in, and it is clear that these kids are quality players. And we know it hasn't quite worked out fully, and we need to continue to supplement. But I think a big piece of that is continuing to build the trenches, because I think we know that's been a weak spot in Syracuse for years. And a lot of these guys we just listed, defensive tackle, defensive end, offensive tackle, offensive guard, all over the place. It's what we need to do.
And to your point too, like, that's honestly what typically takes time. It is tough. Like, you can't throw a bunch of freshmen out there on the offensive line, right? You just
or defensive line, really.
You can't. Yeah, you simply can't. And like, it takes time to build up the beef. And Fran's been pretty open and honest about that, right?
Yep.
About getting there, and that it takes time. He's got to get the size in, and we got to build up the size, and like, it's going to take a little bit of time.
And sometimes you get the right guy in, like Murad Watson, and he leaves to go to Texas, and he looks like he's a great player at Texas.
He's great. He's a great player, you know, and that's going to happen sometimes too. But it is, dude. We're going to get there. I believe we're going to get there. I think we do got to build the trenches, though, and it looks like the staff has done a pretty good job with the beef again this year.
Totally. All right, everybody. That's it for this podcast. Join us. We'll continue to recap Syracuse football as news breaks. But again, I think we're really excited about how this recruiting class went. If there's any big portal news, we'll probably hop on. I still think one of the holes we need to fill is that backup QB spot, That's, I think, the one that we're going to be looking forward to. And then whoever we can name as defensive coordinator, that's going to be key. So those are kind of the next two big things to fall for Syracuse. And if either of those fall, we'll probably hop back on and make a pod about it. All right, everybody, like and subscribe. Thank you very much.